Hey guys, out here in the shed again. I'm going to go ahead and finally dig through this tote that I made a preview on. I think it was about 5 nights ago. It's been probably 10 years since I've probably even touched that tote, or looked at it anyway. I think, I don't really remember, but I found it in the garage the other day when I was out there digging for some furniture that I had to pull out, and I noticed that I had a bunch of cards in there. I have no idea if there's anything that's decent, probably not. Chances are it's not in great shape. But there might also be some other cool stuff in the tote too, so I haven't opened it yet. I haven't really touched it other than I slid it in here from the garage, so I'm going to go ahead and pick it up and take it over to my bench and open the top of it and take a look inside and see what's in there first, and then I'll kind of dig through it, try to pull out all the cards and anything else that's cool to show you guys. So in case you're wondering why I haven't touched this or why it was in the garage or whatever, we just moved. This actually is, well, we moved back in November, but we haven't been here very long yet. We were at the last house for almost 15 years, so this was kind of tucked away in my old garage. And whenever we sold the last house, we had about 4 days to get things packed and moved, so we just pretty much blasted everything into a storage unit, and then from the storage unit into our new house. But that's just a little backstory on why I haven't touched it in so long. If you can tell, it's taped from way back whenever I taped it initially, because the handles are broken off on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the tape if I can. Yeah. There we go. Alright. So we got that side popped open. I'll just fold the lid back and see what's in here. Oh boy. There's quite a bit. Well, some cards. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this for now. I don't know if there's anything personal in here or anything like that before I start digging. I don't want any, like, addresses or anything like that, so I'll pause it, dig around a little bit, pull out some cool stuff, and then I'll come back. So I've dug about halfway in, not even halfway. I've pulled out most of the cards. I'm sure there's still more hidden in there. We've got a little stack of things over there I'm going to go through in a little bit and show you guys. Just things that I found out of here that I thought are kind of cool. Really just my old stuff, but so I'm about halfway, and I'm going to keep digging and see what else I can find. Okay, so I've pretty well dug through the entire tote. There's not a time lapse on this video, but I've probably been at it for about probably a good 45 minutes. I could have went a lot quicker, but I'm reminiscing, looking at stuff, looking at a lot of my old drawings that were buried in here. But I am down to the bottom. This goes with one of these things over here. Pretty much the only thing left in here is cars, some Hot Wheels. That's a Hot Wheels. I have no idea value on any of them. I might have one that's worth a few bucks. This little bag of things, figures, but mainly just toys, some drawings. That's the pile of stuff that I'm not going to show you guys, other than just showing you this quick look at the pile of stuff. Just stuff that I don't think anybody would be interested in. But I am very excited. I had no idea. I know I've been through this box at least since I was in the military, because this is the soldier's handbook they gave me. And it's from 2000 and, well, I'm going off of here because I know it's got some personal info written in the beginning of it. Rank structure, but it's just a soldier's handbook. I did a little bit of artwork in the back of it. You do a lot of time sitting around. For anybody that's been in the military or hasn't been in the military that doesn't know, you do a lot of sitting around. That's all my range info. But I went to basic training in 2002. It's 2019 now, obviously. So theoretically, it's been since 2002 since I've touched this tote, or at least I know it's been a long time because I don't remember 3/4 of stuff I pulled out. But that's the soldier's handbook. I just wanted to show you guys kind of a time date thing. Well, actually, it says April 2001 on there, and I went through in 02, so I'm going to pull this tote out of the way now so I can get to the stuff that I want to show you. There's some things that I'm really excited about, and you might see why in a minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is just kind of go through the main things that I don't have to go through piece by piece. Just some of the stuff that I thought was cool that I pulled out. This is a little pack of Pogs, or a Pog case. Looks like D&D milk cards, it says on it. I'll open those up and go through those individually later on. Little micro machine, you don't see these around very often anymore. No idea the year on it. It probably says on there somewhere, but it's so small. Just something I thought was neat. This little Batmobile might have some value. Doubt it. It is 92. I found this Mark McGuire collector's plaque in there. I don't think it's really a valuable card, but it is a plaque. It's got that info on it. When he was a Cardinal, of course, and I'm a Cardinals fan. But it's still in the original plastic, if that means any difference. I did end up finding quite a bit of cards. They're all in pretty rough shape. Found this old action figure. I had a lot of, and I've still got them somewhere, but Spawn and Ninja Turtles and stuff. If I ever find that tub that's got them in there, I'm sure it's buried in my garage somewhere, I will show you guys. This is one thing that I'm very excited about. This is all full of old Magic cards, and some of them, that's 95. There you go. Well, that's a 95. I do have some 93s. I believe 93 is the original set. And there are some pretty valuable Magic cards, like extremely valuable. Like a Black Lotus is worth, I think, thousands. And I also have, I pulled out of that tub all of these. I think what I'm going to do with these Magic cards, I also have another stack here. I used to be a Magic card nut. Never really played a lot. I just liked the artwork. I did play a little bit, but I really love the artwork on them. But these have been, they were in the very bottom of that tote. I had no idea they were in there. Completely forgot. I actually thought I'd lost all these. So that's pretty exciting. But I know not everybody cares about Magic cards. So I think what I'll do is I will go through those. It'll take a while, so maybe in like a couple videos, separate from basketball or sports cards, just for anybody that doesn't care. But if I was able to find a Black Lotus from 93 series, or I think it's the Alpha set, I don't remember all the names of the sets, I'll have to do some research, but I know the Black Lotus card is the most valuable one. So if I happen to find that, I can sit on a gold mine. I also had this buried down there. Old Star Wars figures. So I'm going to set those to the side also, and I'll go through those in a minute. Here are all of the basketball and sports cards I pulled out. snuff out tobaccoid. I just thought that was funny. This is pretty awesome. This old set of official Nintendo video game stick-ons. Probably not much in the way of stickers anymore, but if you look at the date, 1988. I bet you there ain't a whole lot of these left around still in the package like that. It's not in the best condition, but I thought it was pretty awesome that it's just still in the container like that, still in the original packaging. Says 1987, Burial Toy Company. If anybody's familiar with any of this stuff that I'm showing and it has any value at all, toy collectors or whatever, let me know. I'm always interested in any value I might have. Here's a piece of art that I drew. No idea the date, but it's aliens. I just thought it was cool. It's one of the better things I did back then. I was probably about, I don't know. I honestly don't know. 10? Probably not 10. Probably about 12 or 13. I thought this is cool. There probably are not a whole lot of these floating around either. This was one of the, not the first sets of name brand shoes that I own, but a pair of Reebok Iversons. And this is the insert that went in the package, or in the box. I forgot all about those shoes, but I remember them being pretty cool. DMX Series 2000 Air Transfer System. I don't remember the date on them. Oh, 97 Reebok. So that's kind of cool. Maybe has some value for anybody that has that pair of shoes and collects and doesn't have the paperwork. A couple comic books. I don't see a date on these. Well, it says September, but no year. Probably on there somewhere. We got these cool holograms. I don't know who that is. There's that one. And then here's X Factor. The other one was X-Men. July. I used to enjoy drawing all of the action figures for that too. And as you will see, I like to do my own comic books because this is one that I started doing. Again, I don't really know the date, and my comic book skills needed to be worked on a little bit, but I think I had a cool storyline started. Tough Luck Disposal. I only made it 2 pages in. Looks like he's... Basically the storyline was a dude that's wife was murdered. I must have been a morbid kid. It was a dark night. I, Ramshack, is just getting over the death of my wife. I still remember her death as if it just happened. I still haven't located the people who killed her, but when I do, I'll kill them. And then it says, mainly I spend my days now laying around. That's it. That's where it ended. I bet I had a good plan for it, but kind of cool. To me, anyway. Old Cardinals tickets. If you see you'll see a theme of the dates here. This is, well, that's a Metrolink ticket, but 97. So a lot of the stuff in here is obviously from the 90s. So 20 plus years old now. For anybody that cares, this was Friday, May 9th, 97. And, versus Mets. 2 tickets. Access to the Hall of Fame Club. Probably nosebleed seats, if I had to guess, but my dad used to get, it's section 148. That's the old Busch Stadium tickets, I believe. But my dad used to get really good tickets from work, so they could have been. But I had that one. And then I also have this one, June 7th, 98 versus the Giants. That's section 268, so that's even higher up. Here's a letter. That's some terrible artwork, but I have a letter inside of it. I'm not going to read it. got my old info on it and stuff, but it's not really that interesting. But it's a letter I wrote to Shaquille O'Neal, hoping to get an autograph from him, or just telling him I thought he was cool. But definitely not the greatest artist, but it did say I was 12 in there. So if Shaquille O'Neal happens to watch this, I tried to write you a letter back when I was like 12, and I apparently never sent it. I also found these little dudes. I'll probably give them to my 4-year-old to play with, or I might just sit them up somewhere because they're kind of cool. I have no idea what series they're from or anything. It doesn't really say anything on their feet. It says something there, but I'm not going to mess with looking at it right now. Thought that was cool. Little Street Fighter dude. Just hanging out in that plastic case. It's a keychain. And then that little keychain padlock thing. I don't know the combination. I know some of these. This isn't a Tamagotchi, I don't think. And I'm sure it needs a battery. If that battery is not corroded and it doesn't work. But some of these little things have some value. Probably not this one, but I thought that was kind of cool still. You just basically have a little, if I remember correctly, a little alien dude hatches, and that's basically it. You sit there and feed him. Camel Cash. My dad is a smoker, 98. And I'm not sure why I got those, but I have them. Here's a couple of Michael Jordan coins, distributed by Upper Deck. That one. That one. And I believe that they were distributed in these cans. So that's pretty cool. Again, I have no idea if there's any value in this. I doubt it since it's open. I do have the lid. I think this is the lid for this can. Or I also have this Pinnacle. Derek Jeter on the front of it. Sorry, my camera's focusing in and out. First ever baseball card in a can. Not sure the year. Looks like, if it'll focus, 97 Pinnacle. This is even inside. Must have been a contest they had. Not a winner. But so that top either goes to this can or I'm guessing it goes to this basketball one because it's 98. Yeah, pretty sure that's the basketball. I'm going to put the Jordan coins back inside of there and set those off to the side, but that's kind of cool. I'm not sure why I set this over. It's just a little token from, I think, Merrimack Caverns. That's nothing. Wooden block. My dad used to work at a factory, printing press, or ran a printing press, and they used to have a bunch of these things. This is like a stopper for a punch of some sort. And I used to collect all those things up and play with them. The shark tooth. In case anybody cares, there's a genuine Mako shark tooth. Chicago Bulls top hat. I was a huge Bulls fan. This thing's pretty cool. Pepsi Tonka truck. And there's the bottom. There's no dates. It's mostly metal though. I think this little I think this piece is plastic. That's metals. There's like plastic and metal combo. Not sure if there's any value there either. Definitely not an expert on any of these subjects. Couple more things. Here's a little all about basketball card collecting. Apparently I paid $1.50 for this, or somebody did at some point. just to tell me all about basketball card collecting back in 1994 by Rob Brill. And it's just a book about basketball card collecting. Basketball cards, when did they begin? 1972, Topps Jerry West. So I just thought it was kind of neat. As you can see, I need to clean my garage floor. I think the birds are gone. I have not seen a single bird in here tonight, which is awesome. They've been driving me insane, mainly because they poop all over everything. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. I found this whole set of this airplane. They're like jets. They went in a binder at some point, but I don't remember where I got them from. There's no dates on it. But I thought they were kind of cool. I might stick them back in a binder at some point. I'm sure I have an extra one floating around. I think my grandma and grandpa might have given me this set of these. My grandma used to find us all kinds of cool stuff throughout the months because we didn't see her but 3 or 4 times a year. And then she'd give it all to us when we got there. Alright, so here's the cards. What I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and go through at least part of these right now. I want to keep this video not too terribly long because I know not everybody wants to sit around and watch 30-minute long videos. So I'll go through part of them and then probably have to do another second part 2 of this. But I'm going to go set up and where I look at cards at, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to try to burn through all of these really quick. Just because most of them are in pretty rough shape. I have no idea if there's anything decent in this set. But we'll take a look and see. I know it's a hodgepodge of a ton of different stuff. So we got Collector's Choice, Basketball, Corey Blount, Malik Stewart, or Malik Sealy. Hockey, Jeff Sanderson. Ivan Rodriguez. It's a nice card. I'll stick that off to the side for my regular collection. There's a Joe Carter Upper Deck. One of them puzzle pieces. Jeff Friesen, Sterling Sharp, stud. So as you can see already, there's a ton of different cards in here, pretty much all sports. Guy McIntyre. Here's a Coca-Cola card, I don't know, Hilda Clark. James Edwards, Greg Walker, Terry Kennedy, Sean Respert, Mike Dial. Danielle Marshall, Kenny Smith. Here's a Kurt Warner Pro set. That does not look like Kurt Warner. I don't know if that's a... Oh, well, that's why, because it's a different Kurt Warner, I guess. Alrighty. Unless that's an error. The Brian Reeves, Pooh Richardson, Old Pooh, Tony Longmire, Future Star. Topps Gold, it's kind of cool. 94 Topps. Chris Bellinger, the John Elway wild card. I just got a Dan Marino wild card and a top loader out of that set the other night. One of them grab bags. Chris Bright. Kenny Anderson, On the Move, Fleer Metal. If I remember correctly, I think I put most of my common cards when I was collecting. I just kind of throw them off to the side. Of course, I could have been wrong about some that were commons. So far, it looks like most of these are at least somewhat common, but there's good players. I loved this Fleer Metal set. They were cool looking. There's a Chris Webber. It's in terrible condition, but he's a stud. Fleer 94, 95. Tim Hardaway, he was also a stud. Buddy Bell. Checklist. Steve Balboni. James Robinson. Just a thing. And here's an X-Men card. X-Men Gold Team. I think that card might have had a little bit of value to it back in the day. 94 Fleer Ultra X-Men. It's in a penny sleeve at least. It's old school. Looks like somebody had it maybe taped in a book, but that's an older card. Year is that? Looks like 1964 tops. Wow. Is that 64 or 84? Hold on. Pardon me for a second. I want to say it's 64. I'll have to look it up. It's in such terrible shape, it really doesn't matter. One of them do you remember things. Victor Alexander, Chris Gatling, George Zidek, Chris Childs, Danny Manning, he was a stud for a while, Jamie Moyer, the Paul Molitor highlights, that's a cool card. Let's take that off to the side. Bill Schrader, Wallace Johnson, Vernon Maxwell, it's a weird looking card, Dan Petrie, Terry McGriff, and Ron Renicky. Alright, I'm going to go through this one last stack of these and then I'm going to upload this video because this is getting too long. Here's another like that basketball, Fleer 96, Mark Shea, Derek Coleman, Rick Honeycutt, Juan Nieves, 87 highlights, Rod Strickland, Tyus Edney. Here's one of them old, not old, but them bat cards. I like these cards. They're kind of a pain because they're so long, but they're kind of neat. Upper Deck set. Looks like 93. Ricky Sanders, wild card. Steve Smith. It's a Jose Canseco in a penny sleeve. Just a base card, but still cool. Another Famous Battles, Hulk vs. X Factor. And this was distributed by Marvel Skybox. Reggie White, Richard Dumas. And then there was also these cards, NBA Jam Session. Flashing Star Dominique Wilkins. They all got tore up pretty good because they're long and they're hard to protect. But had a couple, well, I had a lot more than this, but that's what I have right now. Here's a rookie. Arvydas Sabonis rookie card. It's kind of cool. Jalen Rose, also a rookie card, so that's another nice one. 95 Fleer Ultra Quicksilver. Here's a rated rookie. Robin Ventura rookie card, so that's a nice one. Put that off to the side. Some more of those X-Men, Jean Grey, Psylocke. The X-Men cards used to have a bit of value. I like the artwork on them too. Here's Wolverine. Jubilee. Probably no value anymore because they're so beat up, but here's Cyber versus Wolverine. It's a cool card. Greatest Battles. Mike Boddicker, Bob Forsch. Cardinal stud pitcher. Ken Phelps. Eric Show. Another Danny Manning. SP. Dino Raja. I don't remember what SP is. Upper Deck something. I don't remember what SP stood for. Alan Wiggins, Jacob Cruz, John Moses, Ellis Johnson, NFL Prospects, Lindsey Hunter, Robbie Wine Jr., There's a Shadow Cat. Here's another Famous Battles. That's a cool card. Spider-Man versus Venom. So anybody that's an X-Men fan or a Marvel fan, get a kick out of those. Number 1 draft pick, or first round draft pick, Aaron Seeley. Looky there, Cecil Fielder and Frank Thomas. Superstar Special, 93. Not in great shape, but that's pretty cool. So there's not complete duds in here. I was worried that they were all going to be just absolute junk. Here's a Nolan Ryan. It's a nice card. Puzzle piece and Dan Carmen. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. I've got a small stack to go. I'll do a part 2 on that at some point and go through those, and then upload it later. For anybody that's interested, I am going to go through, I'll probably do a separate video, or I am going to do a separate video. It'll probably take me a couple of them to go through all these Magic cards. I'm going to do just a quick short video of this Star Wars figures. See if I've got anything valuable in there or just cool. I'll probably, I don't know, dig through those pogs at the same time I do the Star Wars or something. And that's about it for now. Just found a tick on me. I've been outside grilling all day for Father's Day. So go figure. I'm going to get rid of this tick and see ya.